What up, everybody? How y'all been? It's been a minute since I got to sit here on a Saturday morning and talk and BS and everything else. But I just want to talk to, come on here and talk to y'all, see what's going on. But for one, I think I'm going to go back to being like a political channel a little bit. I'm actually thinking about starting a second channel again. And this time, just keep it, maybe keep this one as, just Mr. Sick Gaming, whatever. Just probably keep it as Mr. Sick Gaming. The other one would be like, I don't know. I haven't thought of a name, but like Sick News or Sick Talks or yeah, something like that. Something around about there. I'm not 100% sure yet. But regardless, I feel like it'd be better if I kept the political stuff off of this channel and I keep the gaming stuff off the other channel. Not even just the gaming stuff, just me talking, reacting to videos or, making fun of people, stuff like that. It all just depends. And have y'all been paying attention to like Sneeko, Hassan Piker, Asmongold, Destiny, people like that? Like, have y'all been paying attention at all? Like, it's crazy that like people in the gaming community, not even just the gaming community, the streaming and like just the live content creation community has moved from their fan base to straight politics. And it's not even like a left or a right thing. It's a legitimate, just straight radicalization of the gaming world and the streaming world and the content creation world. And I get it. That's how everything's moving. Everything's moving from, you know, from TV screens to our phone screens or our tablets. We get our news instead of from Fox News or CNN or any of that stuff. We're going to other gamers and other communities like that to get our news. Like Asmongold shouldn't be my top suggested thing, and he's talking about like Trump, the Democrats and stuff like that. And we have all these people that are literally falling behind Asmongold and or Hassan Piker and or Sneeko, which I don't understand where he's even coming from for real. But like Hassan Piker and Asmongold have this beef going on, and they're both not even in a political party for real. I mean, they could say they are, but everybody has their own agenda. But like, it's crazy how we go from everybody getting their news on the TV screen to now everybody getting their news from fellow gamers, fellow content creators. And again, like I just said a few minutes ago, of course, we're going to have that transition from TV screens, computer monitors to our phones, and then leaving these news networks that don't care about what they're putting out there to us. And we're going to like Twitch, we're going to Kick, we're going to I don't know, X. We're going to TikTok just to get our news. Like, I don't know. I feel like we should keep Power World and the Democrat parties separate in the conversations. Like, I shouldn't be able to sit here and have to talk about it like that. I feel like I should be able to play Final Fantasy or watch somebody play a new Final Fantasy game without them telling me about how much of a Nazi Trump is or something. Like, that's not what I want to hear. Like, yeah, I love the React videos. Asmongold has been probably my favorite React channel at the moment, especially with the Reckless Ben, the whole saga on Reckless Ben. I can't wait to see how it all turns out. I mean, how many of y'all have seen it? Hello, Charlie. How you doing? But like, I really want to see how the Reckless Ben thing pans out because like that's crazy that we have a whole police department in Utah that that literally is on camera, body cam and everything, completely breaking the law, completely. And then they got the whole company, Bricks and Minifigs. That I've never even heard of it till now, and now it's like the biggest story. And these people are literally committing crimes that if me and you did, immediately the police would arrest us. If I stole $250,000 worth of Legos, on a consignment contract, I'd be in jail. There'd be no, oh, the last owner was supposed to do this, and then, all this evidence comes out saying that I did it. Guess what? I'm in jail. That's where I would be. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, you can't even go steal from Walmart to a certain amount of money before they have freaking a fellow citizen come arrest you out the back, and then the police show up, and then you got a whole felony for $1,000 worth of stuff. But these big corporations, literally on camera, said, "Hey, we have the inventory. We wanted to give it back to them. Then why didn't you give it back?" There's been so many times you've had the opportunity to give it back. Hello, Noah. How you doing? But like, it just don't make sense about how they could get away with it. It'd be broadcasted all over YouTube, has millions and millions and millions of views. Millions of people have seen that these people stole from this man. And then the police cover it up? Why am I arguing so much? Let's see. How do... What? See you later, Noah. Anyway. Can't argue with yourself, buddy. But anyway, it's just crazy. Like, and then the man gets charged with a RICO case for harassment. Now, have you ever seen a case of a RICO case where it wasn't a gang, the mob, a group of people that, steal money, kind of like bricks and minifigs did, as a conglomerate of a group of people that actively broke the law and know that they broke it, and they're still walking free? Still made false police reports. I was arrested and charged with a misdemeanor, an M3, for false reports to the police. These people are on body cam, completely lying, saying that Reckless Ben was threatening their staff and all this other stuff. That don't even make sense. Like, because if that's how it was, that would have been the original police calls. That would have been the original assessment of the situation. But it wasn't. When they called him, they called the police on Reckless Ben. They said he's harassing them about the Legos and stuff like that. Hello, Bolts. But like, he's harassing them about the Legos and that he's in there, causing issues. He recorded from the time he walked in to the time he talked to anybody. Every single time. Like, he had the evidence. And the judge and the police did not care and still arrested the person with the evidence. Like, that don't even make sense. That's like me getting shot. That's exactly my situation. I was shot in 2018. I got shot in my stomach and twice in my arm. I went to jail 11 days later from the hospital, still with a whole cast on, with a colostomy bag, staples going up and down my stomach from being shot and having to have surgery and trying to get the bullets out and taking a test, all that stuff. For them to come and the sheriff, hello, Spicy Noodles, the sheriff to look at me in my face and say, "I don't even want to take you to jail." He's like, "This don't even make no sense." Calls my PO. PO's like, "Oh, the judge wants you to go to jail." Okay, cool. We have to call a judge. Calls the judge. Judge says, "Oh, he's been on the run for 6 months from probation for a probation violation. He take him to jail." And the sheriff says to him, he says, "He's been shot, right?" And the judge says, "I don't care." I was on the run for I was on the run for probation. I was on probation for a fight. I was in a flight risk. I mean, I'm shot. Like, I could barely walk. I mean, and they took me and put me in a unsanitized jail with in a cell for months. I was in the cell for almost 6 months by myself. No clean. That's not clean. I was getting no physical rehabilitation because, like, yes, it's my arm and my stomach, but like, I was left in a cell in the back corner of this pod for 6 months. Wasn't allowed out with the other inmates. Had to shower there, which was hell because, like, you can't have normal stuff. So they had the trash bag over their arm, worked, but like, I have a whole stomach full, like, and the water sucked. I mean, it's not good water for your body. But like, sent it a gunshot wound victim to jail 11 days later when he's the victim and he isn't even really like I didn't run from the police, nothing like that. You know what I mean? The police didn't shoot me, nothing. But like, That's messed up. I feel like that's a civil right. I feel like that's a civil rights violation. Maybe somebody could tell me. I don't know. I don't know. But then like you got people like Anthony Fauci. I see. I'm trying not to make it political, but whatever. We got people like Anthony Fauci who can go on the stand, have a pardon, and go on the stand and say, "I plead the fifth 111 times." And we just have to sit here and be okay with it. This man has killed so many of our family members just off the fact that he's the one that helped create all this stuff and released it to all of us. And we're letting it slide because of a piece of paper? Does that make does anybody else get that? Like we're letting a mass murderer slide because another idiot signed a piece of paper saying, "Hey, yeah, we forgive it." I mean, that's law of man. That's not law of the land, okay? Because the law of the land, if there was none of these rules or nothing like that, he wouldn't have had a chance to do none of that. He wouldn't have had a chance to make it to court. Because there are so many people that had to watch their family members pass away behind glass, over a phone, over just a phone call being said, "Hey, I know you couldn't make it down here because of COVID, but you know, your mom or your dad or your sister or your brother, they're gone. And they had COVID, they passed away. You couldn't even say goodbye, you couldn't tell them you love them, nothing. Nothing. None of that stuff. Hello, Roman. But like, that's so much trauma on our country and all the people that had to deal with it. That man should not be walking around right now. He should not. I believe, and don't take this out of context because this is exactly how I mean it. I believe in public executions. Public executions should and always should be a thing. Pedophiles, mass murderers, and completely insane people. Like it needs to be a thing. Like wood chippers, gallows, everything, everything. Guillotines, the fucking iron bowl. We need to bring all the public executions and discipline back. We need to take the people that go steal from the stores or go steal from these mom and pop places or go rob this place. Yes, they might not have hurt nobody, right? Put their asses in the cage in the middle of downtown. Let everybody walk around and see them. Why go put them in a jail, right? I've been to jail. And yes, I've committed crimes. I didn't deserve to be there. You know how much more of a lesson I would have learned if they would have put me in a cell in the middle of downtown and like say my drawers or something. Not even that, but screw that. Screw that. Put them in the middle of downtown. Give them their clothes. If they get their clothes tore up, whatever, they got to stay down there. And whatever somebody decides to throw in there for them to eat, that's what they could eat. I mean, shit. I mean, at this point in time, we're not even getting regular criminals no more. Like all of our criminals have upgraded to like straight to violence. Like there ain't no more. Oh, let me sneak up and rob this person. No, I'm gonna punch this person in the face immediately, and it'd be a small. Oh my god! Oh, I just made my blood boil again. I just seen a video on Facebook. I don't know where it was from, but this man literally was recorded himself walking down the street, and I'm talking about, he punched this little white girl, knocked her completely out, and then had the nerve to put the phone to her face to catch her being knocked out, and then hit her more and over again in the face with the other hand while he recorded it. That was the sickest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And the man had 20 other arrests before that. So you mean after the first three, y'all was just like, all right, we're just gonna keep bringing them in and letting them out, right? No, no, no. Like I would have run to be a politician so bad, but like here in Pennsylvania, if I was to run for a politician, I have my skeletons. You know what I mean? Everybody does, but like I wouldn't care. But I'm a felon, and I already looked up all the laws and everything like that. And if you were to run for mayor, Congress, governor, stuff like that, they look at that. But if you run for a senator, anybody could be a senator. Anybody, you could be a felon. You could be a felon in everything. You'd be a senator. I'm from Pennsylvania. But like, I want to run so bad because I know I would win. I don't need money. I mean, yes, I need money. I mean, I'm not in the best situation as is, but I'm not struggling. You know what I mean? But like, I don't need money to advertise. I can come on here, talk to the 2 or 4 viewers that I get off these lives, and go to Twitch and play games, bring the gaming community in just like everybody else would be doing. There are so many content creators that should be running for politics. Like, not even be funny or not even just, it sounds crazy as hell to say this. I Show Speed, Castanat, Asmongold, people like that have so much influence and can touch so many people's lives and can that goes out into the world and sees, like I Show Speed, that man has went everywhere. He has traveled everywhere, met so many people, got to see the slums of every single country, stuff like that. We need a man like that to run the country. We don't need a 60 to 90-year-old person to run the country. We need to be, oh, that's what's up. We need to be more inclined to have people around our age, from the 20s to the 40s, that are going to be able to see it change when they're not in office. So we know who to blame. Where you coming to PA? My bad. I'm trying to talk and read. Where you going in PA? But if we had enough people, it don't even need to be a common sense thing anymore either. If we had enough people to push the American agenda again, everything would be better. We would get all these old people that think about the old ways and everything. We shouldn't have a 2-party system. It should be the American party, the American president. It's not the Republican president. It's not the Democrat. I can't even talk today. Democrat president. It's the American president. Every time you go on the news on in another country, oh, the American president, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Obama, Bill Clinton, stuff like that. That's the American president. Yes, he's a Democratic president. Yes, he's a Republican president. End of the day, they hate America. They don't hate Trump. They hate America. All these other places that hate us, they hate us. That means the next president that's going to come in, they hate him. And guess what? They don't care who the next president is unless that person is working with them or helping them or giving them money, stuff like that. The reason why everybody hates Trump so bad is because he's actually doing what he said he was going to do. He ain't playing. Yeah, I mean, y'all, people go on there and say, oh, what about the Epstein thing? And what about it? What about it? There's been no evidence. I mean, his name popping up in the thing. I mean, how many other people's names have we seen pop up in there with photos? We've got Chris Tucker, which was hurt my heart to see him in the Epstein files, but you never know. He could have just been there and they took pictures of him. You know what I mean? Like, you can't say somebody is associated with something bad because of one bad person. I'm not saying the list and stuff shouldn't come out. I feel like the entire thing should have been unredacted. I mean, what victims are you really protecting here? If you want to help the victims, and they already testified, some of them are gone, some of them are still here, but I mean, it's history right now. At this point in time, the Epstein files is a history maker right now. Like, unredacted. The entire thing. Everything. I'm talking about the disgusting, nasty, horrible details. You need $10? Kit Kats? Oh, I got you. Have you heard of the Atlas credit card? It's guaranteed up to $10 because they finesse. I hate that ad so much. Go try Atlas. They'll give you the $10. They'll give you the $10 as a credit. I'm telling you. They say up to $1,000. You guaranteed approved, you get $50. Everybody gets approved because that's what they say. Up to $1,000. They can give you $5. But anyway, who's ready for PlayStation to go digital? Who's ready to lose all their licensing from these gaming companies, because I think I'm about to start. I think I'm about to save the money up to get the Steam machine. Because I mean, yeah, you got to pay an extra $100 for the controller, but I mean, we're paying shit. We're paying a couple $100 in games if we want to keep the games, and at this point, we might not even be able to keep them, because I know Xbox has been pissing me off. There should be no reason why I should be able to play. I buy a game. So I bought Battlefield. There should be no reason why I buy Battlefield and I can't play multiplayer because I don't got Game Pass. Like, I paid $70 for the whole game. And you're telling me I can't play I can't play multiplayer because I don't have Game Pass? Motherfucker, I have internet. I bought the game. When did this become such a thing to where like multiplayer was needed? Like Game Pass, Xbox Live. I get all that. Xbox Live, Game Pass, stuff like that. But it's not working like that. I'm not gonna keep buying games that I can't play multiplayer on. That don't even make sense. What's up, baby? Yeah, it don't even make no sense. Why would I sit there and pay $80 for a game just to have to pay another $25 just to play online with it? Like, I want to know when that became a thing. Tongue, what up? Like, it's ridiculous. My son has PlayStation, I have Xbox, and I've been comparing both of them. And the way it's starting to look, I might have to save up about $2,300 to get us both a Steam machine, because I'd rather have a PC-esque console versus having a console that I'm paying PC prices to maintain and to play some games on. That's irrelevant. That is irrelevant. And not have. But if you're in here so far and you haven't subscribed already, I appreciate you. Thanks for liking. I appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind, the one person that's left have been here, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, catching me later, because I'm going to be streaming on Twitch tonight. I believe we're going to do... I don't know what I'm going to do tonight on Twitch, actually. It's Mr.Sickgaming TTV, by the way, if you guys haven't already went over there. Yeah, I don't know what games we're going to play, because I got Beast of Reincarnation. I got that on there. I downloaded so many different games the last couple of days and moved so many things. I still got Arc Raiders on there, but that's become boring. I got there's so many games on there. Damn, what game was I just playing? Oh, we might do Power World, actually. We might continue Power World, because I just got it back up and running again, downloaded and was playing, and I actually really like it over Pokemon. Not even gonna lie to you, Pokemon will forever have a place in my heart, but the Pokemon grown man fans have ruined Pokemon for me. Just off the card shit alone. Like, as a 31-year-old man myself, yes, I would love to go buy a pack of Pokemon cards and find a crazy expensive card. I don't see myself going to buy 19 boxes at $45 a piece, spending real rent money and check money on Pokemon cards for the chance. Like, you're spending like a band and fighting other grown men for some Pokemon cards. That's pathetic. That's weird. And it's ruined the whole Pokemon experience for me, because, like, as soon as they came out with Pokemon Go and you've seen the legitimate amount of grown people versus the kids that are playing Pokemon, you see people are still stuck in the past. Like, those were their highlight years, and this is the best time of my life. And that's sad. Like, you could be making more memories. You could be building stuff. You could be saving money to buy a huge house and dedicate a room to the Pokemon, to the whole thing. But instead, you're spending 6 racks on boxes of Pokemon cards to open them to get one PSA 10, which might not even be a PSA 10, because then you still got to send it in and pay for all that just for it not to be a PSA debt and you not get the amount of money you thought you were going to. Like, the Pokemon card game ruined Pokemon for me. I am a Power World fan now. I love Power World, and I can't wait for them to come out with their own cards and all that other stuff so that I can go piss off people that love Pokemon. It's going to be so fun. But if you haven't already, and you come across this video, come across this live while I'm still talking right now, hit the sub button. I'm going to start making a lot more content. Go back through, watch some of my dumb shit that I posted. It's not that great. It's going to be great. I can promise you that. But I appreciate y'all. I'm going to get a off here, though. Thanks.